back again. One of those morning ruminations. I don't know what to call this, but it's an SBL extra. Sincerely Black Love extra. So I was thinking about, I was thinking about women, right? And I was thinking about women dating and failed relationships and all of that. Right? Because I'm like anti-relationship, anti-uMjolo and all of that. Because I realized, and I'll repeat it once again for anyone who wants to hear it, for anyone who wants to understand why I'm anti-uMjolo and all of that. I'm of the opinion that whatever it is we've been doing, gahojola and dating, and has been a waste of time and a waste of resources and a waste of energy and a waste of money and a waste of sex. And I say that purely because I believe in the institution of marriage, purely because I believe in following God's word, purely because of that. And my experiences and the experiences of many of my clients as a transformational therapist, as a life coach, have led me to understand why Hojola is a waste of time. And I was thinking earlier on in the morning after my Fajr, my morning prayer, I was thinking about women, right? And I did say last week, I don't know if you saw the story, but if you didn't, I can repeat it once again because I never get tired of repeating this to women and to men. I never get tired of repeating it. And it is the fact that the womb is a very special place to God. And any man or woman who values the womb and cultivates the energy of the womb is doing God work. You know, any man that attaches himself to the servitude of the health of the womb, any man who is inspired by serving that, whether you are monogamous or polygamous, you know, any man who's inspired by serving that and being good for that and being great to that has close proximity to God. And so I was thinking about women and thinking about women having to be the ones that set the standard for what kind of men they enjoy. And I say that because when you don't have standards, then you open yourself up to men you enjoy, right? Men who come to take and leave you injured, men who come to take and leave you bothered, men who come to take and leave you robbed, men who come to take and leave you broken, men who come to take without a care for how they leave, without a care for what another man has to reckon with when they've left, without a care for what you are going to have to deal with when you're done, when you're left alone without their presence and the energy of fixing what they've broken. Because people who break really don't give a shit about fixing what they broke. They hate the fact that they broke a good thing. They hate what they have to look at, because it reminds them of their worst selves. You being broken by the people who broke you. The people who broke you are reminded of how ain't shit they are, so they don't stay, so they don't remain, so they don't fix anything. Their apologies are very empty. Their apologies are very fuck. They leave you with nothing but nothing. They leave you with exactly what they came in with. Nothing but promise, nothing but regret. And I was thinking about women having to have very lofty standards, like very, very, very lofty standards. And I know a lot of guys are going to listen to this and think Hakeem is crazy. You've been thinking that for the past close to 20 years now. You've been thinking that for the past, my whole life you've been thinking that. My whole life you've been calling me that. It's no difference here. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Do I always record these videos and pass gravesites? I think so. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. We're from God and to God is our return. So I want to emphasize this. I want to emphasize this fully, and like I want women to understand that, baby, you are the ocean being sought after by rivers. You are the ocean being sought after by puddles. Some rivers come with mud from floods. Some rivers come with algae and contaminated chemicals. And it is not your responsibility to teach men how to be with you. It is not water's responsibility to teach a swimmer to swim, to paddle, to do the butterfly stroke. You know, it is not your responsibility. It is not your duty. Your duty is to multiply what a man comes with. Your duty is to multiply what a man gives you. Your duty is to multiply. Your duty is to incubate goodness. And man, y'all been incubating badness. Y'all been incubating bullshit. Y'all been incubating nothing from men. And I say that with my chest. And I say that being one of those men who suffered a number of women with nothing. Nothing. And it disgusts me to the ends of me. It disgusts me, the fact that we posture readiness as men and come with nothing, and we inspire unreadiness in women. Because women now, you guys are convinced that there are no good men. You really are convinced that there are no good men. Yet again, you know, what you think is what you experience. What you feel is what you know, get to live. Literally. If you believe in the law of attraction, if you believe in manifesting, if you believe in anything of that kind, you'll know and you'll see what it is that you believe, whether it's what you've experienced before. But if what you've experienced has seeded fear inside of you that you're going to experience the same thing, and you keep thinking about experiencing the same thing over and over again, that's exactly what you're going to experience. You know, if the fear that has been struck in you about the lack of good men remains and becomes your identity, that identity is going to be sought after by like reality. Now, I just want to caution you on that, so you know what to change. You know, be optimistic about love. Your God, apare nikabok. You know, your God, apare palaza. Okay, your God, apare di tap tap. Apare di klep klep. So, I want, as a woman listening to this, as a man listening to this, as a man, let me start with men. As a man listening to this, bro, only go for a woman who inspires growth out of you, and determine growth for yourself. Determine self-development for yourself. Determine actualization for yourself, by that woman, with that woman, for that woman, in that woman, to that woman, with that woman. You know, determine yourself for that. Fall in love with difficulty. Fall in love with the challenge that comes with dealing with a woman, because not a single woman on earth is not going to challenge you, bro. There's not a single woman on earth that's going to come in your life and you have an easy breezy nj. Nah, bro. A woman, I wrote some time ago, you expect magic without a spell or an upset or bubbling cauldron. You expect magic, but you don't expect what happens, the incantation. You don't expect the process of the incantation for that magic to happen and exist as magic in black women. You can't expect that. You can't expect that and settle for and have women settle for nothing in you. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And if you're doing that, that's a huge injustice to yourself, to your future, to that woman, to your legacy, to your bloodline. It's a huge injustice. And you need to be very careful never to step to any woman expecting life to be easy, expecting to get things easy. It is not a man's life to have things easy. It is not a man's life to have things easy, bruh. God is constantly and forever challenging you. He said, do you think we will give you your faith? Do you think we will give you your wives? Do you think we will give you children and your wealth without making it a trial for you, without challenging you through it, without testing you through it, without testing your readiness to keep, your ability to respond to what God has sent you for? Provider, protector, nurturer, giver, worker. Do you think we will give you all of these things without testing you for them? Get the fuck out of here with that. I want an easy life. I want a woman to make my life easy. A woman isn't meant to make your life easy. As a black man who listens to me, who follows me, I'm telling you now, B, a woman's role in your life is not ease. She's not meant to give you ease, my guy. Stop fooling yourself and stop lying to yourself. A woman is not supposed to give you ease. A woman is supposed to challenge you and push you to your zenith, to your actualization, to your greater becoming. But you can only be pushed by a woman who has standards, who has principles. You can only be pushed by a woman. Every single one of the men I know has run away from a woman who has standards and principles. Every single one of them. Because that woman is difficult. She's supposed to be difficult, man. That's a woman. That's a black woman on top of that. That's the most favored human being in the entire world, yet bastardized by the whole entire world because of how much favored she is. The originator of everything, nigga, even your desires. She's the originator and the pleaser and the satisfier of your desires. Get the fuck out of here with that. I want an easy life from a woman. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Now, to black women, I was thinking, once again, sis, you being the originator are the sole one who's responsible for raising your standards, and raising your guard, and raising your principles and staying by them. Supreme, staying by them. Supreme, you hear me? Supreme. Do not allow this ancient men, us ancient men who posture readiness but are not ready for the quality of women you are, who talk about being ready to give you life yet fail the simplest of tests and exams in earning you and gaining you and giving you fruitfulness and fruition in this life, who fail the responsibility of what a man is sent here with in this world, on this earth. A man is sent to provide for you. And any man who doesn't want to provide for you ain't shit. Any man who's not ready to provide for a woman shouldn't be with a woman. He needs to be getting ready. He shouldn't be with a woman. Why is he with a woman? Why? He's not ready. You're not ready, bro. You're not ready to be with a woman. You're not ready on a level. You're not ready. But you know what we've done? We've made pussy the easiest thing to gain. We've made pussy the easiest thing to attain. We've made pussy the easiest thing to get into in a relationship. We've made it a requirement for the quality of a relationship to be determined. We've made sex the yardstick for a quality relationship. Sex isn't the yardstick for a quality relationship. Sex is a bonus in a relationship. The quality of man you are, the quality of woman you are, the quality you allow in your life is the yardstick. That's the yardstick. Nothing else, nothing less. Character, man. Character, defined character, refined character. And sis, you have the responsibility. You're the one that opens the gates. You're the one that says yes. You're the one that says yes. And stop going into relationships using your past as a yardstick. Like, yo, I've enjoyed this kind of man. No, sis, set up right now. Look at all the men that you've enjoyed. Look at all the relationships that were great and those that weren't. Look at all the relationships you were ready for and those you weren't ready for. Look at them and then sit down and say, I've had that. This is the quality of life that I want. This is the quality of man that I want. And stop looking for that quality of man in the areas and environments where you got broken. Because that's not where you find that, man. Be adventurous. Go for your 10, bro. I keep saying this. You guys are so afraid of going for your 10. You guys are so afraid of going for... because you know you're not ready for that, man. And if you're not ready for that, man, do not bullshit yourself and get into relationships, because these niggas are gonna break you. These niggas are gonna break you. These men out here are gonna break you. I don't care if he's white, black, Indian. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. These men are gonna toy with you because your gates are too open for any and everything. You are responsible for that. You are responsible for who comes in. You're responsible for who stays. The quality that you have. You know what I mean? The quality that you determine yourself worthy of, worthy and deserving of. That quality of man is what's going to give you the best relationship ever. Because that quality of man, from the onset, is going to show you whether what this guy is ready for and what he's not ready for. And men are audacious now. Men are audacious. They're going to tell you what they're ready for and what they're not ready for. They're going to tell you. They're going to say it to you. They're going to define it for you. And if you settle, sis, and that's not the quality and grade man your principles are saying you should go for, who's to blame? Who's to blame? Because then it's going to be desperation love. Then it's going to be project love. Then you're going to be cash build. Then you're going to be obviously building. The fuck? Nah, yo. So I don't know. It's an SBL extra. I was thinking about relationships. Once again, you are the one that defines the quality of man that comes into your life. And do not be afraid to say, I'm done, and be out. If you're not getting what you want as a woman, if you're not getting what you want, if you're not getting a man that understands womb logic, get out. Why are you there? That's why I'm like, court, man. Don't date, court. Because courting, courting doesn't come with the emotional attachment. Courting is saying, I want to see if you're ready. Courting is saying, I want to see if you're ready. And if you're not ready, sharp Joe. Bye-bye. Go get ready. Go get ready for another person. Go dupe another person. Go lie to another person, but not here. Now get ready. Now I'm ready. I'm ready for love. I'm ready to build. I'm ready to grow better. I'm ready. And I'm only talking to people that are ready for marriage. I'm only talking to people that want that quality and great life. I'm only talking to those people, And if you think this is, this is huge, it's not huge. There's still marriage. Marriage is huge. Marriage comes with its own things. And man, I'm getting sick and tired of talking about relationships, uMjolo, and heartbreak, and because all of these things are avoidable. That's why I urge you guys to court. So there's no, you don't step in there because there's, airy-fairy emotions flying all over the place. You can like a person, but, don't find yourself building a whole entire future with them without knowing whether this person's readiness is great or not. Do you know what I mean? Let's stop lying to ourselves. Like I said in the last video, be kind to yourself, man. Be kind to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Do not lie, because you know what lying to yourself does? Lying to yourself has you mug yourself, because you settle for ain't shit people in relationships. Do not settle for ain't shit bullshit relationships. Do not settle for that shit. Do not stay in those things. If you are in one, get the fuck out. I don't care what you've invested, you can start over. I don't care. I don't care. If you're a guy or a woman right now in a relationship you're not supposed to be in, get the fuck out. Say, I'm out. Not because you don't love that person. You can love them to hell and back. You can love them to heaven and back. You can want God for them. You can want goodness for them. Get out. If it's not serving the purpose of you guys coming together, and if there's no active plan being enacted on a day-to-day, hour-to-hour basis to make sure that you guys are building, to see what you're building, get the fuck out. Get out. There's no reason for you to be there. There's no reason for you to entrench yourself deeper in that plan, in that trap. It's a trap. And it's a trap based off of desperation. Desperation. And you call that desperation loyalty. You tag it loyalty. It's not loyalty. It's being a fool. Stop being a fool. Stop lying to yourself. Stop being a fool and stop lying to yourself. Do you know what I mean? And the rest of us have ourselves to blame. Nothing else, nothing less. Nothing else and nothing less. We have ourselves to blame for being stuck in these relationships where we get nothing but ridicule. So, if you want greatness, seek greatness only. You get me? I love you.